graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
Shota swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. We got Kyle Harrison pitching for the Milwaukee Brewers today, and he'll be going up against Griffin Canning for the San Diego Padres. These two teams are wrapping up their three-game set out in Milwaukee, out of the American Family Field, and so it should be a really good matchup between the both of these teams. The Padres are they're actually 25-17. The Brewers are 23-17, and they're both really tight in each of their divisions. So the Padres are up by half a game against the LA Dodgers, and the Brewers are just a couple of games in back of the Chicago Cubs. So we'll see how both of these teams do today. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. And we should be ready to rock and roll right now. Okay, good. Let's also make sure that we get this up and running, and then we'll take the vertical side off. Good. All right, so Harrison will face Xander Bogaerts as the Brewers are in their white tops, white bottoms, with the black text that says Brewers over on the front side. Padres are in their brown and gold uniforms, and they also got their tan bottoms as well. No balls, one strike to Xander Bogaerts as the first pitch was fouled away. Okay, so we should be good. Nice. Good stuff. One ball, one strike to Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts leading it off. Then it's Tatis Jr., Machado, Andujar, Sheets, Laureano, Castellanos, and Furman, and Johnson. So Xander Bogaerts, who takes the next pitch, and now it's a 1-2 count. Xander Bogaerts, Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, Miguel Andujar, Gavin Sheets, Ramon Laureano, Nick Castellanos, Jose Furman, and Bryce Johnson. And the next pitch is taken inside just a little bit for ball 2. You guys see the 3D clearly? Let me know down below. Let me know if you can see the 3D. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch, and Bogaerts pops this one up out over towards shallow right field. And getting underneath it to make the grab is Bryce Terang, and there's out number 1. So Bogaerts pops out, and Fernando Tatis Jr. is going to come on up. The defense for the Brewers today. Over at first base, you got Andrew Vaughn. At second base, it's Bryce Terang. At third, it's Luis Rengifo. And then you got at shortstop, David Hamilton. Tatis on the first pitch, foul ball. Catching behind the plate is Gary Sanchez today. And then it's out in left field. You got Jackson Churio in left, Sal Frelick in right, and Garrett Mitchell in center. The ball is 1 strike in the pitch, and that's going to be taken for ball 1. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Fernando Tatis Jr. has not homered at all this year so far in 151 at-bats. Next pitch is taken for ball 2. If somebody were to actually bet that would be absolutely crazy if they were to say, well, in his first 150 at-bats, he would not hit 1 home run to start off the season. That's crazy. Next pitch, swing and a miss. It's been 179 plate appearances since his last homer. The 2-2 pitch. That's just a bit outside for ball 3. 3D is working. Good. Good stuff. So Bogarts popped out over to second. Fernando Tatis Jr. is up to bat. 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. The fastball was down the middle. And Kyle Harrison records his first strikeout of the afternoon. Kyle Harrison this year has a 3-1 record, a 2.41 ERA. Remember, he was traded over to Boston in the Rafael Devers move that sent Devers over to the Giants. And then he ended up getting picked up by Milwaukee. The ball is 1 strike. Top of the first. This is Manny Machado, who's also been struggling this year so far. And on the 0-1, he'll foul off the next pitch. Machado in his career against Kyle Harrison is 1 for 8 with a solo home run. The ball's 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. Fouled away. True. Machado in his 15th season. 375 career homers, 1,164 RBI, and a 275 lifetime batting average. 0-2, foul ball. Manny Machado only has 6 homers to start off the season. He's put up 144 at-bats. The ball's 2 strikes, and the 0-2 on the way. That's down for a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch to Manny fouled away again. His last double was on April 27th, and that was his 400th career double. 1-2 pitch. Line drive, base hit out over to right field, and Machado goes the opposite way and gets on with an opposite field single out over to right field. And Miguel Andujar is up next. What is going on, my guy Papa Morty? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you on here. So Manny's over at first, and here's Miguel Andujar. Charge! 31 games for Miguel this year, a 7.98 OPS. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch, change up that's fouled off. Andujar on the road this season has a .333 average, 10 extra base hits, and 6 RBI. Padres are half a game above the Dodgers in the NL West. And the pitch to Andujar, line drive, base it out over to left field. And so Machado's going to round second. He'll head on over to third base, and he will pump the brakes. And Andujar gets on with a double. That's his 11th extra base hit on the road this season, and he's now in scoring position. This is all coming with 2 outs, by the way. Kyle Harrison this year is 2-0 on the road. He's gone 14 1/3 of an inning. He's given up 14 hits and has allowed 4 earned runs and has struck out 6. And here's Gavin Sheets, who takes the first pitch down for a ball. Sheets last night was incredible in that 9th inning. Abner Uribe was 1 strike away from getting a save, and it was a 1-0 game. And he just hit a home run out to right field to give the Padres a 3-1 lead, and that was the game-winning home run. 1 ball, 1 strike, and here's the pitch, swing and a miss. The count's now 1-2. That was unbelievable. 1-2. That's taken down for ball 2. And during his career, he's had 3 go-ahead homers in the 9th inning or later this season. Just this season. Which is insane. 2-2 pitch. Foul ball. If there was ever a stat for clutch batting average or clutch home runs, he'd probably be up there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch, way up high for ball 3. Kyle Harrison in his last outing ended up going just 4 innings, but he walked 4 batters, and he struck out 6. That was against the Yankees. Did not get a decision in that game. Padres did win that game by a score of 4-3. 3-2 pitch to Sheets, and there's a ground ball, sliding stop by the third baseman. He gets up, fires it over to first, and that's in time for out number 3. Excellent play over at third base made by Luis Rengifo. And the inning is over, so no runs, 2 hits, 2 men left. And we go to the bottom of the first out of the American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Boy, oh boy. Gavin Sheets made me some money last night with that dinger in the 9th. Feeling good today, says Papa Morty. Shout out to you, man. Good to see you on here. Oh, man. Are you a Padres fan? Are you a baseball fan, too? Let me know. Jackson Chourio will lead it off for the Brewers as we go to the bottom of the first. It'll be Chourio, Turang, Contreras, Sanchez, Vaughn, Rengifo, Mitchell, Frelick, and Hamilton. So Jackson Chourio batting leadoff, playing out in left field. Bryce Turang is batting second, playing over at second base. The DH is William Contreras. He's batting third. The catcher is Gary Sanchez, and he'll be batting fourth. Andrew Vaughn is playing over at first base. He's batting fifth. Sixth is Luis Rengifo. He's playing over at third. Garrett Mitchell's out in center field. He's batting seventh. Eighth is Sal Frelick, who's out in right field. And ninth is David Hamilton, who's over at short. San Diego born and raised. Awesome. That's so cool. One of my favorite San Diego Padres players of all time is Adrian Gonzalez. That's when I first started to get into baseball. I loved Agon. I was also a fan of O-Dog, Orlando Hudson. I didn't like it when he went over to the Dodgers, but I remember when O-Dog was on the Padres. And, of course, how could you forget about Jake Peavy? And rookie Chris Paddock. Jackson Chourio leading it off, hitting .333. Got off to a late start this season because of injuries. He'll face Griffin Canning. And Canning this year, 2 starts, an 0-1 record, a 6.75 ERA, and 9 1/3 of an inning. And here's Chourio, who steps on into the box. White tops, white bottoms for the Brewers. And the yellow elbow guard as well for Jackson Chourio. And the first pitch is inside for ball 1. Padres are in their brown and gold uniforms. Next pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Well, the Pirates have a 6-0 lead. And the Rockies just got 2 runs back. The pitch. That's going to be in there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Was that Mickey Moniak again? I don't think it was it? That was Troy Johnston. Next pitch. Now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Canning fires. That's up high for ball 2. Catching is Furman today for San Diego. Freddie Fermin, that is. Then you got over at first base, it's Gavin Sheets. The second baseman is Fernando Tatis Jr. He's playing at second today. At third, it's Manny Machado. At short, it's Bogarts. And then the outfield, it's Laureano on left. In center field, it's Johnson, no Jackson Merrill. And in right field, it's Castellanos. Andrew Har's DHing. 2-2 pitch. And Churio, I think, went around. The ball also got away from the catcher as well. No, they're going to say that he fouled it. See that he got a little bit of contact. Yeah, it hit just the inside part of the bat, and then it hit the umpire. So it's a foul ball. Really a foul tip. So Churio stays alive. I was like, wait, why isn't he running over to first? Because it was a foul tip. 2-2. That's a foul ball. What's up, Chua? How you doing? Machado's a faster runner would have scored on that double. Absolutely. A long at bat here to Jackson Churio, and here's the ninth pitch from Griffin Canning, and he wins the battle on a swing and a miss. And Churio's down swinging on strikes, could not catch up to the fastball. It hit the outside edge. So one away. The umpires for today. Lance Barksdale is at home plate. Will Little is at first. Ryan Addington is at second. And Ryan Wills is over at third. Bryce Terang is going to come on up to the plate. And on the first pitch, he takes it outside for ball one. In the series so far, Bryce is 2 for 8 with a double and 3 RBI. He's also struck out once. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's outside for ball 2. What's up, Randy? How you doing, my friend? Terang's batting average is at .295. The 2-0 pitch. That's a little bit low for ball 3. His .295 average is actually, technically speaking, tied for 20th. 23rd. He's tied with Olsen, Albies, Baldwin, De La Cruz, and Hicks. Can you believe that 3 of those guys are Braves? They're all batting .295. Ozzie Albies, Matt Olson, and Drake Baldwin are all batting .295. Next pitch. That's going to be taken for ball 4. And Bryce gets on with a 1-out walk. He's over at first base. And of course, leading all the baseball and batting average is Brandon Marsh. Here is William Contreras. And the pitch is down for a ball. William, in 38 games, has hit 3 long balls. He's driven in 26 runs as well. Canning gets set above the belt this time. And the 1-0 pitch. That'll be in there for a strike. He threw a changeup there. Contreras leads the team in hits. He is also tied for second in doubles. And tied for first in RBI with Bryce Terang. And third on the team in runs scored. One ball, one strike. Canning gets set above the belt, and the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Griffin Canning in his last outing ended up going just 4 1/3 against St. Louis, and he allowed 6 earned runs. Didn't give up a homer, though. 6 earned runs, 7 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Canning gets set above the belt, just below the letters, and the 2-2 on the way is a little bit outside for ball 3. I think that was a late challenge there, and it was. A late challenge by Furman. Former Padre Gary Sanchez waits in the on-deck circle. Contreras versus Canning, and time is going to be called by William. Three balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes, payoff pitch is down for ball 4. And there's a walk by William Contreras. Back-to-back walks allowed by Griffin Canning. And Gary Sanchez is going to come on up to the plate for the Milwaukee Brewers. Canning was with the Angels from 2019 to 2024. Then he was with the Mets last year. Now he's on the Padres. Charge! So Churio struck out, Terang walked, and Contreras walked. That's why Terang is over at second, and Contreras is over at first. And here is Gary Sanchez coming on up to the plate. Gary is third on the team in homers. Bowers and Terang are tied for first. They each have 6. Gary has 5. Just hitting 200, though. Canning comes set and delivers, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. Gary is 1 for 2 against Griffin. The ball is 1 strike. The 0-1 delivery. It's down for a ball. One ball, 1 strike, and the 1-1 delivery is up high for ball 2. After this series is over, the Padres will head out to Seattle. They'll play against the Mariners for 3, and then they come home to play against the Dodgers for 3, and then they are off Thursday, and they play 3 at home against the A's, and then the Phillies come over to San Diego. 3 balls, 1 strike to Gary Sanchez. The 3-1 pitch, and that's outside for ball 4. Canning loads the bases, and so he does so by walking 3 batters in a row, and up to bat now is Andrew Vaughn. I didn't see that. That's too bad. I can't tell you what to do, man. I can't tell you what to do. I don't know. So Terang is at third, Contreras is at second, and Sanchez is over at first. There was a timeout taken on the mound here. And so we had a timeout taken. Padres pitching coach just went out there to go try to talk to Griffin. That's Ruben Niebla. Ruben's been with the team since 2021. I thought he was with the team longer, but the Brewers this year have recorded 23 hits and 55 RBI with the bases loaded. And that leads all of baseball. The 55 RBI. Who would have thunk that? 1 out, bottom of the first. It surely isn't the Phillies. The pitch. That's low and outside for a ball. Vaughn has had 59 career at-bats with the bases loaded, but this is his first one that he's had this year. 1-0 pitch. Doesn't get the call there. And again, Furman's late signaling the challenges. That was a strike, but he hesitated. Got to commit. It's 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, bottom of the first. And the 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Surprised that he went after that one. It was a little bit high. Furman's like waiting 2 seconds, and then he taps his mask, and the umpire's like, nope, you're late. 2-1 pitch, and that's low for ball 3. Luis Rengifo is up next. Vaughn in his career against Canning, 1 for 4. Three balls, 1 strike. 17 balls and 11 strikes in this inning so far for Griffin Canning. Canning comes set, above the belt, kicks, fires, and that ball is grounded foul towards the left side. Obviously, the Brewers are banged up. Quinn Priester's on the IL. Brandon Woodruff is on the IL. And, of course, saw Miz leave the game yesterday. So 3 of their starting pitchers are not healthy. Three balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. Outside for ball 4. 4 walks allowed in a row by Griffin Canning. Terang scores. Contreras is now at third. Sanchez is at second. And Vaughn gets on with an RBI walk. Is Luis Rengifo. First pitch up high again for ball 1. The most walks ever allowed in a row is 7. And that was most recently done by the Cincinnati Reds. Next pitch, now it's 1-1. Ron Marinaccio is warming up in the Padres bullpen. Next pitch, fouled away. Most walks in a single game is shared by Tommy Byrne, who did it in 1951, and Bruno Haas, who did it in 1915. One ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. 1 out. 1-0 Milwaukee. And the 1-2 pitch. Outside and high for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Rengifo in the box, the 2-2 pitch, and that is down in the dirt for ball 3. He just cannot control his command. He was ahead in the count. Thought that maybe he could get Rengifo to chase after a pitch. That's why he went outside and high first, and then he went into the dirt. What's he going to do here? Garrett Mitchell's up next. And Frelick is in the hole. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. And this is grounded up the middle for a base hit. Contreras will score. Sanchez right behind him. He'll score 2. 3-0 Milwaukee in the bottom of the first. On a 2-run single by Rengifo. 4 walks allowed in a row by Griffin Canning. Rengifo gets the first hit of the day for Milwaukee, and it's a big one. That's going to put runners over at the corners. Vaughn's now at third. Rengifo is at first. And the pitch is up high for a ball. One ball, no strikes. Garrett Mitchell is up, and he's going to ground this one over to first. The throw to home, that's going to get Vaughn in a rundown. Furman is going to toss it back over to third. Machado is going to try to hustle and tag him out, and he got him. And by the way, Mitchell's now at second, and also now over at third base is Rengifo. So there's 2 outs. See, now, that's a type of situation where you say to yourself, do you get the lead runner out at home, or do you just sacrifice the outs and just get the double play? Or do you sacrifice the run and just get a double play there? Because now a base hit makes it 5-0 instead of 4-0. So that goes down as a 3-2-5 fielder's choice. And here's Sal Frelick. No balls, 1 strike. 224 average, and the pitch is up high for a ball. That was not even close. That was a foot above the zone. What's up, John? How you doing, my friend? 1 ball, 1 strike. Canning fires, and the 1-1 is fouled away. One ball, 2 strikes. 41 pitches for Griffin Canning in just the first inning. Hasn't even gotten through the first inning yet. 18 strikes and 23 balls. He gets set again below the letters this time. And the 1-2 pitch off the plate for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. And so the inning is over, but this will be challenged by Sal. Looks like it was a strike according to pitch tracks, and ABS confirms. So the Brewers have 1 ABS challenge left. And with that, we'll be right back as we go to the top of the second inning. 3-0 Milwaukee. We'll be back in just a few moments. All right, here we are. Folks, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Turn on the bell icons too, and that way you will know when we do go live. We go on for Phillies baseball. We also love doing baseball, period, so we try to do as many baseball games as we possibly can. So if you like my baseball content, consider subscribing to the channel. We also do the Sixers, and we do the Eagles as well for Philly sports. But yeah, a lot of baseball on this channel, for sure. All right, so 3-0, top of the second. Brewers up by 3, thanks to an RBI, bases loaded walk by Andrew Vaughn, and a 2-run single by Luis Rengifo. The Padres will send Ramon Laureano up to the plate. 6, 7, and 8 due up in the order. Castellanos up next, and Jose Furman is in the hole. The pitch. It's in there for a strike. There's Carlos Villanueva, who is on the pitching staff for the... He's really the pitching coach for the Milwaukee Brewers. I remember when Carlos was a player. 1-2 strikes. Kyle Harrison back out there, by the way, facing Ramon Laureano, who's hitting .213 this year. The 1-2 pitch, wide for ball 2. The Reds, by the way, have a 9-0 lead against the Washington Nationals. I mean, they almost came back to win last night's game, but they are just absolutely stomping all over them. Harrison with the pitch. Here it comes. Swung on and missed, and there is out number 1. And Laureano is down swinging. And Kyle Harrison gets his second strikeout of the game. They had 9 runs in that game. J.J. Bleday hit a 3-run homer. Matt McLean hit a 2-run shot. Jose Trevino had a 2-run single. And Cabrian Hayes had a 2-run double. The pitch to Casty. This ball is blooped out over towards shallow right field. It gets down for a hit in front of Sal Frelick. And Castellanos gets on with a 1-out single. And that'll put him over at first base. That's the 3rd hit of the day for San Diego. At least the Padres are only paying Canning $2.5 million per year. Oh, just for 1 year. Yeah, true. Wasn't a bad signing, though. I thought that was like a low-risk, high-reward type of a signing for them. The pitch is taken outside for a ball to Freddie Furman. In 32 games, 3 RBI, and a 172 average. 1-0 pitch, and he takes a slurve at the knees for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. 1 out, and the 1-1 pitch. Bouncing ball hit over towards the third baseman. They won't get the out over at second because it was sort of a soft hopper hit over to him, but they'll get the out over at first. And so there's out number 2. Lauren said, yay, Casty, go Padres. That's so cool. Hi, Lauren. Here's Bryce Johnson batting on the right side. Hitting .208 with 2 RBI. The pitch. It's a little bit high. And taken for ball 1. On a pitch. It's low. Taken for ball 2. The last time that Harrison faced San Diego, got to go back to 2024. It was on March 29th. He went 6 innings. And he allowed 6 hits, 2 earned runs. Both of them were on solo homers. Struck out 5, didn't walk a batter. 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. And Johnson is tied up in the count, 2-2. That's so sweet. At home clip. What's going on? Good to see you. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed, and Harrison records his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We played 1.5 and go to the bottom of the 2nd. 9-1-2 due up for Milwaukee, and we'll see how that goes. That's so cute. Oh, man. Well, other scores around Major League Baseball. Let's check that out. The Pirates have a 7-2 lead. They just got a run back on an RBI single by Jared Triolo. So that made it 7-2. The Reds lead at 9-0. That game is in the bottom of the 6th. Padres are down 3-0 to the Brewers. The Twins have a 2-0 lead against the Miami Marlins. The question is, did Buxton homer today? Well, Byron Buxton is not in the lineup today. But Martin had himself a ground rule double. A 2-run ground rule double for the Minnesota Twins. Mets and Tigers are knotted up at 3 apiece. McLean is on the hill, 4 1/3 for him so far. 3 earned runs, 6 hits, and 3 strikeouts. And Cater Montero has gone 4 innings. He's given up 3 earned runs. Workman hit a 3-run shot in the top of the 1st, and that's all the offense for the Detroit Tigers. Ewing had himself a homer, and Brett Beatty hit himself a home run. There was an umpire review. It was upheld, and he ended up getting rewarded for a 2-run shot. And that made it 3-3. Mariners have a 3-0 lead as they go to the bottom of the 1st. Luke Raley hit a 3-run shot, and that was off of Burrows for Houston. Those are all the games so far. Cardinals played the A's at 3:05, and at 7:15 you got Cubs and Braves. At 7:40 it's Royals and White Sox. At 6:45 it's Phillies, Red Sox, and then you got Giants, Dodgers at 10:10. Hamilton takes the first pitch for a strike, and the second pitch, he chops this one over towards the right side, and it gets past the shortstop, and he just put it in a beautiful spot out over to left field, and David Hamilton gets on with an opposite field single towards the left side of the infield. It was a chopper. Bogarts was playing more up the middle, so they left that 5-6 hole open, and he just could not get over to the baseball. Eric Lovely. Oh my gosh, Eric, I listened to the music last night. It's insane. Here's the throwback over to first base. That's going to get off of Gavin Sheets' glove, and going out over to second base is Hamilton. He'll go over to third. The throw's off the line. It's not in time. Canning with an awful throwback over to first, and it went off the glove of Gavin Sheets. And so he's now at third base. I don't know what he was doing, but he threw it way over Gavin Sheets' glove. He had to sprint after it. Tatis got there and then just threw it off the line over at third. No, not even a good throw would have gotten him. Regardless, though, there's a runner at third and more small ball action for the Milwaukee Brewers. And Churio is up to bat. That's ruled as an E1. So not only has he struggled on the mound, but from a defensive perspective, he struggled too. Still on the mound. The pitch, way up high for a ball. The 1-0 pitch, and that's up high again for ball 2. I mean, at this point, what does Craig Stammen need to see? Pods must get a big-time pitcher before the deadline to beat the Dodgers, says Randy. Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing that's missing for them, a starting pitcher. They're still without Darvish. They're still without Pivetta. They're still missing Musgrove. I mean, Giolito's coming back, but what do you really expect from Giolito? They don't have an ace. 2 balls, 1 strike. They have a great bullpen, though. But if you're going to rely on your bullpen all the time, it's not good. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch to Churio, foul ball. That music is catchy. I listened to that flash drive last night. I got to think of a song to use out of all the tracks. They're so good. 2-2. Up high for ball 3. Up next is Bryce Terang. There's still nobody out in the bottom of the second. Hamilton got on with a single. And then he went over to third on an E1 on a pickoff attempt from Griffin Canning. 3-2 pitch. That ball is skied out over towards medium depth left field, and now running in is Laureano. He'll make the catch, and wise decision for Hamilton to just stay right where he is because Laureano has a gun. I love them, man. They're so cool. Play by play with JJ. It's cool. I love it. Here's Bryce Terang. How long did it take you to do that? Just out of curiosity. 1 out, bottom of the second. The pitch. Check swing, did he go? He did. And it's no balls, 1 strike. Yeah, this rain does not look good in Boston, but we're keeping our eye on it. The 0-1. It's down and taken for a ball. My guess is that they're going to try to get this game in because they don't go back to Boston again. And travel-wise makes things a little bit more complicated. Terang batting .289 with runners in scoring position. 3 homers and 21 RBI. 1-1 pitch. Up high and away for ball 2. I've been messing with them off and on for a few weeks. They're so awesome. Just a hobby. I think that they're fire. I think that they're really cool. 2-1 pitch, line drive, base hit out towards the left center field gap, and jogging on home is Hamilton. Heading on over to second is Bryce Terang. It's a 4-0 lead for Milwaukee. And for the second time today, Bryce Terang gets on. There's William Contreras. On the first pitch, he looks at strike 1. Right down the middle. I loved the note, too. The note was so nice. 0-1. Fouled away. And I do have to put Jalen Hurts over on the shelf. I forgot to do it last night. No balls, 2 strikes. Contreras in the box, in the pitch, and that's going to bounce off the glove of Furman, but won't get too far away from him. The pitch was high, just couldn't catch it. And the count is 1-2. I always like to say, imagine if this was the Phillies chat. Phillies fans would be on here. They'd be like, Just another Rob Thompson bad decision. They're down 4-0. They don't pull the pitcher. I just gotta laugh. I'm not laughing at them. It's just funny. 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Hit out over towards short. Bogarts is there and will make the grab. And there's out number 2. So Contreras is now 0 for 1 today with a run scored. Gary Sanchez is up to bat. On the first pitch, Sanchez lines one out over to left center field. That's going to go all the way towards the wall. Terang's going to jog on home. 5-0 Milwaukee. It's true. An RBI double for Sanchez. And that's his 524th RBI of his career. Here is Andrew Vaughn in the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Some people leave their toys in the box for resale, but I like to display them so I don't keep the boxes. I hear you. 0-1 pitch. That's down and away for a ball. Gary Sanchez was with the Padres back in 2023. Obviously was also with Minnesota. Was with Milwaukee in 2024. Then he went over to Baltimore in 2025. And now he's back with Milwaukee. And I also forgot he was also on the Mets at one point. And of course, his first 7 seasons he was with the Yankees. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 63 pitches for Griffin Canning. He gave up 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second. And the 1-2 pitch. Another line drive hit out over to right field. That'll get down for a base hit. Sanchez is going to come on home. And it's a 6-0 game. 3 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second. Milwaukee is pouring it on. And Andrew Vaughn with his second RBI of the ball game. That is going to do it for Griffin Canning. Marinaccio is going to come on in. So Canning is done. He just goes 1 2/3 of an inning. He allows 6 earned runs, 4 walks as well, and a total of 4 hits. 5 hits, really. Crazy. Before last night's loss, Milwaukee was on a 5-game winning streak. They won 1 game against the Cardinals. Then they swept the Yankees. And then they won the first game of this series against San Diego by a score of 6-4. They ended up losing last night to the Padres. They were 1 strike away from getting there. So really, you could make the argument if they take this game that they could have won 7 in a row. Let's Let's take a sip of water. I love this canteen, don't get me wrong. It's great. But the one thing is when water slips out and then it starts to get onto you and you start drooling, I don't like that. I'm getting used to it now. It's because like when you have ice in there, you gotta put your whole mouth into it, but sometimes it just slips out of the mouth because I guess I don't hold it too close. That's probably what the problem is. And there's little like droplets that just come down. I don't like that. But that's the only problem with this. I'm blessed. Yeah, I don't know. Rengifo in the box stares at strike one against Marinaccio. In the 0-1, here it comes, swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Chase Burns for Cincinnati through 9 starts this season. From Underdog MLB. The 0-2. And that is outside for a ball. Don't drool on the mic. I try not to. Chase Burns, though, 53 innings, 55 strikeouts. He is the 4th lowest ERA in all of baseball, Chase Burns. Really in the National League. 1-2 pitch, grounded back over towards the mound, and knocked down by Marinaccio. The throw over to first, though, is in time, and the inning is over. We'll see if they challenge this. I don't think that they will, but the damage is done. It's a 6-0 game as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. We'll step aside. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, here we go to the top of the 3rd. 6-0 Brewers. Harrison back out there for another inning. The pitch is up high. Kyle Harrison has 43 pitches. So Xander Bogaerts is in the box. And the 1-0 pitch. That's taken for a called strike. One. That's a swing and a miss. Counts now 1-2. Harrison kicks, fires. And it's down for ball 2. That was a slurve. It's 62 degrees out at the American Family Field. The 2-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards left field. But tracking him down is Churio. And he will make the grab. And there's out number 1. The capacity is 41,900 out of the American Family Field. They do have a retractable roof there. And they can open and close it in about 10 minutes. The pitch is in there for a strike. It also says on the site that they have bathrooms and elevators. That's good. One ball, one strike. Tatis in the box. And the 1-1, swing and a miss. The scoreboard is 12,077 square feet. That's actually pretty big. Next pitch is taken down for a ball. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's been around since 2001. Built in 1996, though. Two balls, 2 strikes. What's up, Bob? Good to see you on here, man. The 2-2 pitch to Tatis. Foul ball. Previously, of course, called Miller Park. And that name expired in 2020 because the naming rights with Miller Brewing Company ended. So American Family Insurance purchased the naming rights in a new 15-year deal. That expires in 2035. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch to Tatis. Swing and a miss, and there is out number 2. Fernando Tatis Jr. down swinging. And so there's 2 gone. Kyle Harrison today has only given up 3 hits. He has struck out 4 batters. He's also caused 2 pop-outs and 2 ground-outs. And here's Manny Machado. Machado takes the first pitch that he sees for a ball. Two balls, no strikes. I don't know if you guys knew this, chat. The 2-0 is a foul ball. The 2002 MLB All-Star Game was held in Milwaukee because the stadium was made in 2001 or opened in 2001, and that game ended in a tie. It was a 7-7 game. 2-1 pitch. And this is popped up out over towards shallow left center. And the catch is made. And there's out number 3. So the inning is over. We're going to go to the bottom of the third. 1-2-3 goes San Diego. And it'll be Garrett Mitchell coming on up. They played 11 innings in that 2002 All-Star Game. And it ended in a tie at 7 apiece. But since 2022, if the game is tied after 9 innings, it's decided by a swing-off. And that's the tiebreaker rather than extra innings, sort of like a shootout. And, of course, we saw the swing-off last year, and that was incredible. That was so cool. What a treat that was. But actually, I didn't know that before it used to end in ties. I remember that what used to happen is for a while, whatever league won the All-Star game had home field advantage for the World Series. So if the National League won the All-Star game, what they would do is they would have whatever team represented the National League, they would host the World Series. So the Phillies did it in 2008. In 2009, I think it was the American League that did win, right? Because I don't think the Phillies were home. I think that's correct. Actually, wait, that's a lie because the National League didn't win the All-Star game in 08 because the Phillies won Game 5. They won in 5. And the American League won the All-Star game in 09. So I was incorrect. It's like, wait, I'm thinking about it now. That's not right. The ball is 1 strike. Garrett Mitchell is up to bat. In the 0-1. There's a fly ball hit out over towards the left field corner, and that is going to bounce off the bottom of the wall, and Mitchell will go over to second base and get on with an opposite field double out over to left field. That's his 7th double of the season. And so he gets his first hit of the game, and Sal Frelick is up next. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. This has been a one-sided game so far. Here's Sal Frelick. And the pitch to Sal, another line drive and another base hit out to left field. Backhanded by Laureano. Holding up at third base is Mitchell. That ball almost got by Ramon Laureano. And Frelick is now over at first, and David Hamilton is coming on up to the plate. They are just pouncing San Diego. Charge! Here's David Hamilton, who scored a run, also had a single in his last at-bat. And he stares at ball 1 outside. Ron Marinaccio, 30 years old, has a 4.37 earned run average. He's from Toms River, New Jersey. I didn't know that. Started off his career with the Yankees. He's been with the Padres since 2025. Next pitch, ball 2. Hamilton leads baseball in bunts this year. He has 8. The 2-0 pitch. And there's a foul ball. And that one goes out of play. Tristan Peters has 5. He is another teammate of David Hamilton. Tampa Bay, though, has the most sacrifice bunts. The pitch, and that's going to be taken for a ball. To throw to second base to get Frelick. He's safe originally, but he overdives past the bag, and he's tagged out. And Pat Murphy's going to go out there. Frelick not happy about the call that was made at second base by Addington. Also heading on over to third base is Mitchell. He's still there, excuse me. Mitchell is still over at third. But Murphy wants an explanation. Let's look again. The throw originally He got in there, and then he tried to keep his right foot on the bag, but then he got pushed off the bag. That's what happened. He got pushed off the bag by Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts just kept pushing his left foot off the bag. And he just could not hang on there. So it's 3 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Was he originally out at first? No. Bogaerts definitely pushed his foot off with his glove. Three balls, 1 strike in the pitch, and that's down for ball 4. Probably just kept the tag on, but in baseball, a fielder can't intentionally push a runner off a base to tag them out. That's considered obstruction. If a fielder pushes you off, the umpire can rule you safe at the base. That's really weird. It looked like that when Bogaerts was tagging him over at second. He tagged his foot, but he sort of pushed his foot with his glove. Maybe that the ruling was that he just kept the tag on, and then his foot eventually just came off. Weird. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners at the corners with 1 out. I've never seen anything like that before. Frelick was like, he pushed me off. But they called him out. One ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 3rd, 1 out. And there's Jackson Chourio. I think he has every right to be mad about that. Toss back over to first is not in time. That play is not reviewable. They're still showing replays of it. 1-2. That's down for ball 2, and the throw over the second base, that's not in time. And so Hamilton is able to swipe second base, and he is now in scoring position. Tatis tried to tag him or swipe him over on the back foot. Ended up not working out there. So there's runners at second and third. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jackson Chourio in the box and the 2-2 pitch. And that is low and outside for ball 3. I didn't even know that that's like not reviewable. I thought that something like that would be. But I guess how many times does something like that happen? 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Jackson Chourio's down on strikes for the second time today. The pitch. And that is a little bit high for a ball. I mean, it just doesn't make sense because when he was going over to second base and he dove, I mean, obviously he should have started the dive sooner, but he gets swiped on the foot. Bogaerts looked like that he's clearly pushing his foot off the bag. And then his foot did end up coming off. Just doesn't make sense. 2 balls, no strikes. That's non-reviewable. I mean, you be the judge. You'll probably see it for yourself. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch is in there for a strike. Two runners in scoring position, and the 2-1 is up high for ball 3. Three-one. That's in there for strike 2. William Contreras waits in the on-deck circle. Bryce Terang is in the box facing Marinaccio, and the next pitch is outside for ball 4, and that is the 5th walk allowed today by the San Diego Padres. The count is full, it was a full count, and now a walk puts Terang over at first. The Padres challenge this call, and the call is confirmed. And so, bases are loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Contreras comes up. He's walked, he's scored a run, and he's popped out over to shorts. Two gone, bottom of the 3rd. Bases are loaded. 6-0 Milwaukee. There's still plenty of baseball left to go. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel as well. And don't forget to turn on the bell icons. 24 pitches for Marinaccio, who came on in relief for Canning. The Reds now lead at 11-1. A lot of, one-sided games so far. Pirates are up 7-2. Reds are up 11-1. The Brewers lead at 6-0. And the Twins lead at 6-0. That game is in the 4th. The ball is 1 strike to William Contreras. Marinaccio gets set above the belt, and the pitch to Contreras fouled away. This is the guy that leads the team in RBI. He's also hitting .368 with 2 outs and with runners in scoring position. He's one of the most underrated hitters in all of baseball. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch number 27 coming on up, but time is called at first. William Contreras, when the count is 0-2, is 0 for 6 this year so far. The 0-2 pitch. It's up high for a ball. Hasn't really been a good 2-strike hitter this year. Only has 7 hits when it comes to 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. And that ball is popped up. hit out over towards the third base side in foul territory. And the catch is going to be made by Manny Machado, and the inning is over. That was a big opportunity for the Brewers to try to add on some more runs. But they're not able to do so, and they're going to go to the top of the fourth inning, and Kyle Harrison is going to go back out there and pitch his fourth inning. And he'll have to face Andujar, Sheets, Laureano, and if anybody gets on, it'll have to be Castellanos too. See, like right there. That's like the one thing is I bet you there's a little bit of ice that probably sticks there. Yep, that's what happens. There was a little cube. Yep. Good stuff. Wonder how John's doing. Brewers are still up, says Nick. What's up, Nick? Nick, you've been asking me to do a Brewers game for a while. Today's your lucky day. Fisher, what's going on, Fisher? Shout out to you. What's up, Fisher? Where are you tapping on in from today, Fisher? Where are you tapping on in from, Nick? Time is it 3 o'clock? Oh, boy. I guess it was a good thing that I moved the triple header to last night. Anyways, that kind of worked out because I don't think the Phillies are going to play till at least like 7:30, 8 o'clock at the very, very least. The pitch, up high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. To Miguel Andujar. 1-0 pitch. It's in there for a called strike. The 1-1. That's outside and high for ball 2. Brian Anderson. Another really good broadcaster. 2-1, fouled away. Brian's great, man. Love listening to him call TBS baseball. And he also does basketball, too. He's really good. The 2-2 pitch. That's another foul ball. This is a crazy stat. And I never thought about it like this. 2-2 foul ball. Vin Scully. Obviously, he was broadcasting with the Dodgers from 1950 to 2016. He called over 4.5% of all MLB games in history, including those before extensive television coverage. Just think about that. 4.5% of Major League Baseball's games have gone to Vin Scully. Like, that's a huge percentage. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 4th. I would have never thought that they say that he estimated close to calling 10,000 games for baseball. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards shallow left field, and the catch is made, and there's out number 1. So Andujar flies out over to left. Ernie Harwell broadcasted over 8,000 games of course, for the Tigers. He was a big announcer for them. Pat Hughes. He celebrated his 6,000th game for Cubs radio back in 2018. And, of course, the great Bob Uecker did over 50 years of broadcasting with the Brewers. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out in the top of the 4th. The 1-1 pitch to Gavin Sheets. That's low for ball 2. The 2-1 delivery. There's a line drive hit out over to center field. That'll get down for a base hit. And so there's a 1-out single by Gavin Sheets. And he is over at first base for San Diego. Crazy. And Ramon Laureano is going to come on up to the plate. Laureano struck out in the 2nd. No balls, 1 strike. This is Laureano up to bat. 0-1 pitch. That's in there for strike 2. Alvarez just hit his 14th homer of the season for the Houston Astros. The ball's 2 strikes. And the pitch. Line drive, base it out over to right field. And Sheets is going to bust his way over to third base. The throw is off the line and cut off by Terang. And Ramon Laureano gets on with a single. And there's runners over at first and third for the first time today against Kyle Harrison. Assuming 160 games a year for 50 years is 8,000 games. Yeah. And that doesn't include playoffs. And it doesn't include the extra 2 for 162. Crazy. So we got runners at the corners. Daniel's here. What's up, Daniel? Shout out to you. I was the last one to run on the field of Old County Stadium just before Miller Park opened. Really? That is sick. Milwaukee County Stadium. Opened in 1953. They had ice skating over there? Wow. 1 ball, no strikes to Nick Castellanos. The 1-0 pitch inside for ball 2. Kyle Harrison still on the bump. He was good in the first 3 innings. 2 balls, no strikes to Nick. The pitch. And that is in there for a strike. It's now 15-1 Cincinnati. Ridiculous. It was like, 12-1 the last time we checked. 11-1, I meant. Oh, yeah, Dame Myers homered. And J.J. Bleday had another RBI. Next pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Harrison fires, and the 2-2 is swung on and missed. And Castellanos could not catch up to the fastball. Right down the middle, and there's out number 2. And Harrison comes up with strikeout number 5 on the afternoon. So there's 2 outs in the top of the 4th. And Freddie Furman will get a crack at it next. And he takes high for ball 1. The left field line was 315 feet. The right field line was 315. Left field itself was 362. Imagine how many home runs would be hit at that ballpark today. County Stadium is where Major League was filmed. That's right. Mr. 3000 was Miller Park. R.I.P. Bernie Mac. That's right, because that's why Euchre was in it. 1-1 pitch. Grounder hit over to shortstop. And the throw on over to first is in plenty of time. And the Padres leave 2 runners on base for the second time today. And we are going to go to the bottom of the 4th. 6-0 Milwaukee. Gary Sanchez will lead it off for the Brewers when they return. Crazy. The capacity in 1953 there was 36,000. And then by 2000, it went up to 53,000. It was natural grass. No turf. Nope. Was listening the other day, or maybe it was on stream. I was looking at it, but they're building. The Royals announced a partnership with Hallmark Cards, and they're building a new stadium surrounding Ballpark District at Crown Center, which is just downtown. It's just south of downtown Kansas City. It's 85 acres near Washington Square Park and Pershing Road, and they're going to replace Kauffman Stadium, which is set to be vacated after the 2030 season. Was it taken down though? Was it taken down or was it relocated? Daniel, was it relocated or was it just taken down and then it became Miller? It's now called American Family Field. It's no longer Miller Park. Yep, I know that. Here we go. So we are in the bottom of the 4th. What's up, LP? How you doing? No, he's not here. He's not here. JJ Bleday homered twice today. Didn't realize he homered twice. The pitch is down for a ball to Gary Sanchez, who's 1 for 1 with a walk, a double, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Knocked in his 15th RBI of the season. Marinaccio fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed. That was amazing what he did yesterday. I felt so bad because I wasn't really doing much play-by-play. But it was so sweet, and I didn't know what else to do. That was so nice. First, I thought that he was accidentally doing it, and I was like, I hope he's not just accidentally just, hitting the gifted button. But I know that you have to, put in, your card info again, so it kind of made sense. But I was like, please just, don't go broke on me. It's crazy. 2 balls, 1 strike. But it was so sweet. 2-1 pitch to Gary. This is flied out over towards medium depth right field, and Castellanos is there to make the catch. It now stands outside Miller Park as a Little League park. Got you. Gotcha. Thanks for explaining that to me. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Yeah, that was really sweet from Jack. I'm happy that we saved our final box for today, because that was pretty overwhelming. Like I said, I felt kind of bad because I wasn't doing like my traditional play-by-play, but that was... When's that ever going to happen again? You know? 0-1, and that's down and in for a ball. Vaughn in the box. 1 for 1 today. The pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over towards right center field, and Laureano can't get there. He won't be able to make the catch, and so Johnson has to go after it, and Vaughn gets on for the 3rd time today. Andrew Vaughn, have yourself a day for the Brewers. So an RBI walk, an RBI single, and this time it's a double for Andrew Vaughn, so he's halfway there to the cycle. Chat, Nick Kurtz just hit a leadoff home run. This guy is just on a whole nother level right now. Him and Aaron Judge have just been so great in the American League. He just hit his 7th homer of the season. He is on fire right now. Luis Rengifo is up to bat. What's his on-base streak at now? 37 games? 1-0. And that is, it's 37 straight. And the 1-0 is outside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch, up high for ball 3. The Brewers have put up 6 runs on 8 hits so far. Padres have not scored a lick, and they've put up 5 hits. The 3-0 pitch, it's called a strike. Marinaccio this year for San Diego is a 4.37 ERA. Last time that he pitched, it was against the St. Louis Cardinals. He went 2 innings, didn't allow a hit, and he struck out 3. Next pitch. Now it's 3-2. The payoff pitch. And there's a line drive hit out the center. That'll get down for a base hit. They're waving home the runner. No throw made over to the plate. It's now a 7-0 ball game as Andrew Vaughn scores, and an RBI single provided by Rengifo to make it a 7-0 ball game. That's their first run that they've scored since the 2nd inning. Just the 2nd. There's Garrett Mitchell. And the first pitch to Mitchell is down for a ball. That's the first run scored today, too, by Andrew Vaughn. 1 ball, no strikes. A runner over at first, Marinaccio. They're just trying to squeeze the lemon out of him. And the toss back over to first is not in time. Your community means a lot to you, and the fact that you interact with chat shows that. Absolutely. Sometimes the chat will be the front and center, but you balance it very well. I really try. I really do try. I don't ever want things to be taken away from the game, but I also know that you guys are a big part of it too. The pitch, ground ball hit over to first. The throw to second, there's one. The throw back to first is not in time. And that is a 3-6 fielder's choice. 7-0 Milwaukee. And Yuki Matsui is warming up in the pen right now. But yeah, I really do try to balance it. It's hard. It's not easy. But I try. The pitch is in there for a strike. The throw to second base, absolutely wide. And it's going to get by the second baseman. Heading on over to third base now is Rengifo. And he's at third base for the second time today. Furman has just been struggling behind the plate. Not calling ABS challenges, making two bad throws. That ball was not even close to Xander Bogaerts. It was about 1.5 feet wide towards his left side. And it's no balls and one strike. And by the way, excuse me, Garrett Mitchell's over at third because Rengifo was out at second. And it's Sal Frelick up to bat. The pitch up high for a ball. One ball, one strike. And the 1-1 pitch. And that is a foul ball. One-two pitch. That's a little bit outside and high for a ball. 7 hits and counting in the last 3 games now for Luis Rengifo, who has his average up to 222, and his RBI total today up to 3. The 2-2 pitch to Sal, way outside for ball 3. And so the count is now full. Thanks, guys. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. That's a foul ball. Here's something interesting. We'll take a look at this in a second. Oh, man. What's up, Fisher? I appreciate if you tried not to curse in my chat, my friend. It's good to see you on here. I just can't have you cursing. But I get it though, man. Like, it's been quite a day. I get it. 3-2, foul ball. Let's go, parents. Padres. You call them parents. Me Padre. That's funny. Thanks, guys. Not a lie told there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. And another foul ball by Sal. There was a bizarre play. In case you're just tuning on in, Sal Frelick was called out at second base because, so he dove into second, and he had his left foot was on the bag, but Xander Bogaerts clearly pushed his foot off, and he was ruled out at second base by Ryan Addington, and you can't challenge that. They couldn't challenge that at all. Like, that's not reviewable. But Pat Murphy was not happy about that. Frelick was like, he pushed me off. And clearly he did. Next pitch on the way is swing and a miss. And Frelick is down on strikes. And the inning is over. And so we're going to go to the 5th inning. It's a 7-0 game. But yeah, Bogarts swiped him at second base, and he just pushed his foot off the bag while trying to swipe him with the glove. And then they said that his foot came off the bag, Ryan added to him, but Sal was like, he pushed me. And obviously you can't do that, but just a bizarre play. We've seen a lot of those happen throughout the years. Seven nothing game as we go to the top of the fifth. How do we get here, JJ? Good question. Griffin Canning went just 1 2/3 of an inning. He gave up 3 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second, and he allowed 4 walks in a row. That was in the first inning. He struck out Jackson Chourio, then he walked Terang, he walked Contreras, walked Sanchez, and then walked Andrew Vaughn to bring home a run. And then Rengifo had himself a 2-run single, and that made it 3-0 Milwaukee in the bottom of the first. In the bottom of the second, Hamilton got on with a single, and then Canning overthrew on a pickoff attempt over to first base. He threw it way above the first baseman Vaughn's glove, and Hamilton went on over to third. And then after Bryce Terang had an RBI double, it was Gary Sanchez who had an RBI double and Andrew Vaughn who had an RBI single to make it 6-0. And then in the fourth inning, Rengifo had himself an RBI single to make it 7-0. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is Bryce Johnson up to bat. So everybody has gotten a hit from Milwaukee except for Jackson Chourio and William Contreras. And everybody has gotten on base except for Jackson Chourio. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the fifth. Harrison with 84 pitches. And the 1-2 up high for ball 2. The Padres are 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. The Brewers are 6 for 13. The 2-1 pitch is fouled away. And the count is 2-2. The pitch, here it comes. Swung on and missed, and Kyle Harrison was strikeout number 6 of the ball game. And Johnson goes down swinging for the second time today. We're just in the 5th inning. This game is almost 2 hours old. It's been a long game today. A lot of deep counts that this Brewers team has put up. And they've left a lot of runners on base. So it's not like that they're just getting home runs. As a matter of fact, they haven't gotten 1 homer today. 0-1. That's in there for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Xander Bogaerts against Kyle Harrison. Harrison fires, and it's up high for a ball. The New York Mets today, coming on into this game, have had 4 homers in their last 8 games. 1-2. It's up high for ball 2. Today, A.J. Ewing, Brett Beatty, Mark Vientos, Marcus Semien, and Juan Soto have hit homers today for them. 2-2 pitch. Grounder hit over towards the second baseman, Bryce Terang. He picks it up, throws it over to first. And 2 up, 2 down. And here's Fernando Tatis Jr. Absolutely uncommon, Trusman. They did leave the bases loaded in the third inning, and they didn't get a run there, but other than that, they've been really good. Here's Fernando, and he takes ball one. 1-0 pitch, and that's outside for ball two. Obviously, we talked about it before, but the big storyline for him is that he hasn't homered at all this season. 151 at-bats coming on into today, and he has not homered once. Tatis, we're talking about. 2 balls, 1 strike. He always said maybe it was a PEDs thing. Could be. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Over his last 7 days, though, Tatis is 6 for his last 19. Two pitch, up high for ball 3. The 3-2 pitch, foul ball. .98 pitches for Kyle Harrison. There's DL Hall warming up in the pen. The 3-2 pitch, that's called a ball, but Contreras says, hold up a second. Sanchez, I should say, says, hold up a second. That might be strike 3. Looked like it was at the knees on the inside edge, and it was. And Tatis goes down looking. And the inning is over. So, that'll do it. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for the San Diego Padres, offensively speaking. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 5th. 7-zip Milwaukee. The Padres, as we take a look at the NL West standings, they're a half a game in front of the Dodgers. They're also 5 games above the Diamondbacks, 7.5 in front of the Giants, and 9 games above the Rockies. So if they lose today, and if the Dodgers win, the Dodgers go half a game above the San Diego Padres in the West. The Brewers, on the other hand, are tied with the Cardinals. Cardinals are now 24-18. And the Cardinals are on right now. They're down 1-0 in the bottom of the 2nd. The Cubs, though, lead the division by 2.5 games. They're now on a 4-game losing streak. So if Milwaukee wins, and if St. Louis loses, they'll have the 2nd place seed in the NL Central. What I also like to do is look at the wild card thing. So if the playoffs started today, the Braves would obviously win the NL East. The Cubs would win the NL Central. And the Padres would win the NL West if time just stood still right now. The wild card, the first wild card team would be the Dodgers. The second would be the Brewers. And the third would be the Cardinals. Which means that the Cardinals, technically speaking, would play against the San Diego Padres in the first round. And then the Dodgers would play the Brewers in the wild card series too. The Braves would obviously get a bye. And so would the Padres. Yuki Matsui pitches, and on the very first pitch, it's popped up over towards the infield on the left side. And the third baseman gets under it, makes the catch right next to Yuki Matsui. So Machado makes the catch there, and there's one away. And David Hamilton is retired. Here's Jackson Chourio up to bat. And Jackson looks at ball one. Despite my name, I love some ABC baseball. Get them on, get them over, get them in when done. It's a beautiful thing. 1-0. Fouled away. Jackson Chourio also hasn't homered this year, but he did just come back a couple of weeks ago. Came back really 10 days ago. That's right, long ball. Just give him the ring. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 5th, 1 out. And the 1-2 pitch, just a bit outside. Chourio in his career against Matsui just 0 for 1. Matsui just came back. His first appearance was on Friday. 2-2 pitch. Fouled away. He had a left groin strain. And he was doing a month-long minor league rehab assignment. Got officially activated and reinstated onto the active roster on May 5th. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jackson Chourio. He's the only Brewer that has not gotten on base today. Matsui last year went 61 games. He had a 3.98 ERA and a 3-1 record. 63 innings, 53 hits allowed, and 61 strikeouts. Next pitch. That's taken for ball 3. Up next is Bryce Terang. Three balls, 2 strikes to Jackson Chourio. Matsui gets set at the belt. Kicks, fires, and swung on and missed. Chourio swings at ball 4. It was a splitter. It was outside, and there's out number 2. And for the 3rd time today, Jackson Chourio is down on strikes. He has a hat trick of strikeouts. And Bryce Terang is up next. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, folks. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys do so. Two gone, bottom of the 5th. And Terang stares at strike 1 at the knees. No balls, 1 strike. This season, he has a .300 average, 6 homers, and 27 RBI. He has walked twice today. He has scored 2 runs today. He also has an RBI double as well. 0-1, swing and a miss. Chet, is Bryce Terang a top 5 second baseman in the National League? 0-2. Up high for a ball. Is Bryce Terang a top 5 second baseman in the National League? Is my question to you. You don't have to answer. I'm just curious, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yuki Matsui gets set and delivers, and that pitch is down for ball 2. Two and 2 is the count. with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. And here's the pitch. And Terang gets called looking at strike 3. And Matsui gets the strikeout. I'm shocked that he took that pitch. It was right down the middle. We're going to go to the 6th inning. 7-0 Brewers. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning, by the way. I'd say so. Played in the Classic for us, although it was poorly managed. I mean, Ketel Marte, I would argue, is probably the best. And then who would you go after that? Marte, maybe Nico Horner for the Cubs. Ozzie Albies, of course. Let's take a sip of water. But I can't think of anybody else. I really can't. If we take a look at batting averages, I know that this doesn't say everything, but if we just look at the best second baseman, or just see like the most hits, right? Xavier Edwards, I forgot about him. Luis Ariz, Nico Horner, Bryce Terang, Ketel Marte. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he falls out of the top 5. Maybe it is Xavier Edwards, Ozzie Albies. I forgot that Xavier plays second. I always consider him to be a shortstop, but no, it's Otto Lopez. J.J. Weatherhold, I consider him to be more of a shortstop, but Ariz has to be up there. Here's Manny Machado. And the pitch is going to be taken for a called strike. I don't know. Maybe he's top 6. I don't know. Matt McLean. I don't consider him to be one of the best in the National League. Call is confirmed, by the way, that Machado looked at strike 1. The pitch just got a tad bit of the inside corner. 0-1 is the count. And the 0-1, just a bit outside. It was a curveball. Now it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Machado's average is now at 192. The 1-1 pitch from D.L. Hall. That's down for ball 2. So Kyle Harrison, his afternoon is done. He goes 5 innings. He strikes out 7. Doesn't allow a walk. Doesn't allow a run. And he just gave up 5 hits. 2-1 pitch. Tapped foul towards the left side. Two balls, 2 strikes to Manny Machado. The 2-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. But see, you got to take defense into consideration, too, when you think about, like, the top second baseman. So, like, you could be a really good hitter, but, defense matters, too. 2-2 pitch. Machado pops this one up out right behind home plate, and Sanchez gets under it, and he'll make the catch. And there's out number 1. So Machado fouls out. And it's Miguel Andujar's turn. Sproat, Miz, and Harrison in the Padres series. Pitched 17 and a third of an inning. This is courtesy of Sophia Miniart. 17 and a third, 3 earned runs, and 23 strikeouts from all 3 of them combined. One ball, one strike. One pitch. And that's a hopper hit over towards shortstop. And the throw over to first is in plenty of time for the second out. Good play there by Hamilton. Now it's Gavin Sheets' turn. Second base glove is more valuable than a second base bat, in my opinion. Second is an underrated position of importance. That's interesting that you say that, because I know people that would disagree with that. But I don't know. One ball, no strikes. I feel like every fielding position is important. What do you think is the most important position on the infield if you were to classify one position? I feel like that's like really tough. And it's all about there's no there's a lot of like analysis behind it, and it's not necessarily just based on facts. It's like a take type of a thing, like what's in your opinion. What do you think is the most important position in the infield? Because that to me is a really tough question. I've seen Ozzie make plays at second that make me question reality, says Long Ball. I see that happen with Bryson Stott, too. I feel like we just naturally take Bryson Stott's defense for granted. 3-0 pitch, and that's up high for ball 4. And so there's a 2-out walk. We can criticize his bat, but his defense is really good. Haley says shortstop. Shortstop, no-brainer. But also, to be fair, if you have a lot of lefties in your lineup, then the shortstop becomes then it becomes less important unless you have opposite field hitters. Not saying that I agree or disagree. But I do think that middle infielders are probably more important than the corner ones. 2 outs, no balls, 1 strike, by the way. And there's going to be a timeout here as D.L. Hall is going to have a conference and a meeting with everybody. PAS! Welcome on in, PAS! Hello. Congratulations to your Mets today. Read a stat that you guys had 4 homers in your last 8 games, and today you had 5. It's impressive. What's up, PAS? Go follow PAS for all your Mets needs, for all your baseball needs. And of course, if you're a Flyers fan like me, go follow him for that. And of course, the Jets. He covers the Jets in his channel too. What's up, PAS? Fist pump to you, my guy. Drop your link down below, or else one of my mods is going to do it. But man, oh man. No balls, 1 strike. Ramon Laureano is up. In case you're just tuning on in, it's a 7-0 ball game. The guy that started for San Diego today was Griffin Canning. He lasted just 1 2/3 of an inning. He allowed 3 runs in the first. He gave up 4 walks in a row in the first. And then Rengifo had a 2-run single. So that made it 3-0. And then in the bottom of the second, Bryce Terang got an RBI double. Gary Sanchez, former Met, had an RBI double. And Andrew Vaughn had an RBI single. And then they got another run in the bottom of the 4th. And that was on an RBI single from Luis Rengifo. Here's the 0-1 to Ramon Laureano. That's a pie for a ball. We are 6 away from 9K. Oh, my gosh. 6 away from 9K? Oh, dude. Are you still live? I'm sorry. Are you still live? 6 away from 9K. Please tell me that you're still alive. Please tell me that you're still alive. Are you still alive? Dude, hold up. Next pitch. Now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. We just ended. Oh, dude. Oh, man. I want to get you over that top, man. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch to Laureano. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. And we are going to go to the bottom of the 6th. All right, so Laureano is down on strikes. We go to the 6th inning. All right, here's what we're going to do. So we are, where are you? There you are. All right, folks, if you are new to my channel, or if you've been on my channel, and if you're not subscribed to PAS, I really want to get him to 9,000 right now. He needs 6 more subscribers. Please. Oh, dude, I wish you didn't end. Oh, man. I really want you to get there, dude. There is the link. I just posted it. It should be coming on up. I might have posted it twice, but that's okay. There we go. Please go subscribe to Pure Adrenaline Sports. That's my guy. He covers the Mets. He covers the Jets. And he covers the Flyers. I will also get my people on tonight to go subscribe to you as well. I want you to get over that 9K marker, man. I know that you're going to get there, but I want to be able to help out, you know? How many away are we? Did we do it? If you just subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. 7-0 Brewers. And we're going to the bottom of the 6th. Yes. Yes. The problem is that the Phillies are going to be in a rain delay. Probably. And they might not play because it's raining in Boston. That's the only issue about tonight. 1-0 pitch, and that's down for ball 2. Now, I might start my stream early before they announce if there's a rain delay. So if that's the case, then we are going to be streaming. I'm not pressing that stop button because that's not what I do. Once I press go, I commit. 2-0 pitch, and that's down for ball 3. That makes it 3 balls and no strikes. You are going on for the NFL draft tonight. Good. Or the NFL schedule released the NFL draft. NFL draft was like, what, 3-4 weeks ago? Yeah. 3-0 pitch, and that misses down for ball 4. Yuki Matsui on 4 pitches walks William Contreras. And there's a runner on over at first in the bottom of the 6th inning. All right, let me make sure I put that in my notes. Good stuff. Here's Gary Sanchez. Yellow batting gloves for him. P.S. Do you miss Gary Sanchez? The pitch. It's in there for a strike. 0-1 pitch on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards the first base side. Sheets gets over there right in front of the netting and makes the catch. And there's out number 1. Nice play by Gavin Sheets. I was a little bit scared that the ball was going to hit the net first. And it did not. He just got there. And there is an out for the San Diego Padres. Gary Sanchez sounds like a fake name someone would tell a cop to stay out of trouble. The 1-1. All right, I got to stop with that. The pitch is taken down for a ball. Vaughn is 2 for 2, by the way. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. Check swing, did he go? And yes, he did. Not really. He only played in like 5 games for us. I figured you were going to say that. Oh, man. I do have to ask you, though, PAS. Like, genuinely speaking, are you excited about Carson this year with what he's been able to do for the Mets? Because every time I watch him, he just gets a hit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 6th. 1 away. Matsui gets set just above the belt. He gets the signs. And the 1-2 to Vaughn. That's down for ball 2. It's 64 degrees out of the American Family Field. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Matsui kicks, fires, and Vaughn swings and misses at the fastball, just at 92. But there's out number 2. So 2 away. Wow, the Steelers are playing against the Eagles. Week 11. 425. Oh my gosh. That is unbelievable. Wow. That is insane. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. This is popped up out over towards the right side in shallow right field. Sheets gets under it, calls off Tatis, and makes the catch for out number 3. And we're going to go to the 7th inning. Michael Halliburton, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate you. I've been waiting for these young guns for a couple of seasons. Still have 2 more hitters I'd like to call up. I hear you. I hear you. I liked Sproat when he was with you guys, but I understand like why you got Freddie. I mean, when you get Freddie Peralta, you gotta give something. I mean, come on. But how's Freddie been doing for you? I haven't kept up with Freddie this year. How has he been doing for you guys? Just out of curiosity. Just from a stats perspective. Obviously, I haven't been watching him. Oh, and now the mouse stopped working. Good. Whoop. Hold up. Where's this plugged on into? That sucks. Now I have a mouse that doesn't work. Great. If I click on that, nope, nothing works. Okay. Well, I guess time for plan B, right? I'll have to unplug this guy. Okay. I'll just plug in this mouse right here. Good. Is that going to work? Yeah. Nice. Nice. He doesn't go deep into ball games. Peralta? No. Grant Anderson is going to pitch. I'll have to fix that mouse later. Gosh, it always feels great to be prepared. Castellanos is up, and the pitch is outside for a ball. Now, maybe I just jinxed myself, chat, because watch this mouse starts not to work. Oh, well. I won't be able to end stream. And I got a problem. 1 ball, 1 strike. All right, we were looking up Freddie Peralta. Yeah, he hasn't had a good year this year, it seems. Here's Nick Castellanos. And the 1-1 pitch is down in the way for ball 2. Two-one pitch, line drive, hit out to center field, off the glove of the center fielder. Castellanos is going to go on over to second base. Churio makes the throw. It's not in time. All right, there we go. So that's a double. And they're checking up on Garrett Mitchell because he almost made a ridiculous catch out in center field. Says, I'm okay. It was a bullet hit by Nick Castellanos, and Mitchell had to run forwards and diagonal towards that baseball. Tried to backhand it, and it hit off of the side of the glove. Then it got a piece of his bare hand. Ouch. That's why he was down on the ground for a little bit. A no-mouse marathon stream. Dude, that'd be insane. The pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards shallow right field. Frelick will make the catch. And the first out is recorded. So Castellanos is over at second base, and Freddie Furman is the one who flies out over to right. Crazy. Man, I'm so excited about Steelers-Eagles. Oh, that's going to be so fun. The pitch. Johnson flies one out over towards shortstop, and the catch is made. And the switch hitter hops out, and there's out number 2. A no-mouse marathon stream. Keyboard and mouseless marathon stream. I can't change the screen. Well, I could still use the stream deck. Yeah, I could. But not if I don't have it programmed beforehand. And with this new OBS setup, I don't think I did that. So, yeah, I'm kind of screwed. 2 outs. The pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Count is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Top of the 7th. 2 outs. A runner over at second. And the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed, and there's strike 2. So up to bat now is Song. Been very intrigued about this guy for the San Diego Padres. Oh, 0-2 pitch to Song. Up high for a ball. Sung Moon Song pinch hitting for Xander Bogaerts. Just hitting 167. And the 1-2 pitch. High for ball 2. Bob Myers and Josh Harris are speaking to the media. Great. What else is new? 2-2. Down for ball 3. I didn't even get to listen to the end of the season presser from the Flyers. Oh my gosh, did he catch that? Other game. 3-2. Foul ball. Who was that over at shortstop for the A's? They just made a ridiculous catch. That was Zach Geloff. Went into foul ground, had to run a long ways, and he caught that right over towards the tarp and backhanded it. Like, just got there. Oh, that was Daryl Hernandez. But still. 3-2 pitch outside for ball 4. And so there's 2 outs and a walk to Song. And here's Fernando Tatis Jr. Padres are trying to wake up the bats. And we have a timeout taken on the hill. Song is over at first. He just got on with a 7-pitch walk. Castellanos is over at second. He led off the inning with a double. Corner route specialist, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you on here. Here's Fernando Tatis Jr., who has struck out 3 times today. 15 RBI on the season for Fernando. 2 outs, and the pitch to Tatis, swing and a miss. The sweeper was wide. And the count is 0-1. Charge! Here's the 0-1 to Tatis. Check, he went around. The pitch was a foot off the plate. Not even close. And the count is 0-2. Why hasn't Fernando Tatis hit a homer at all this year? Because he hasn't hit one over 375 feet? I don't know. 0-2 pitch, grounded, hit over to the second base. The throw over to first is just in time, and the inning is over. For the 3rd time today, the Padres had 2 runners on base, and they have not been able to score. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 7th inning. I actually really don't know. The fact that this guy has had over 150 at-bats and he has not left the yard once, again, if you were to tell anybody that follows baseball that this guy would not hit 1 homer in his first 150 at-bats, I think 99.999999% of the people would have said, you're crazy. I'd be that person to just, like, go back in time and just be like, yo, you're going to call me crazy for this, but Fernando Tatis Jr. has not hit a homer. Will not hit a homer in his first 157 at-bats. Spoiler alert. I always say no spoilers in my chat. I would be that troll. I would totally be that troll. That'd be so mean of me, but I would totally do it. Uh-oh, it's pouring in Fenway. The rain has started in Fenway. The tarp is on the field at Fenway Park. It also wouldn't shock me, of course, even if the rain did stop, if there was a delay, because they're not doing batting practice. That's the thing, so. But yeah, I have no clue. I'm doing great. Tatis is playing terrible this year. Do you think he'll hit 1 homer this season? I mean, I assume that he'll hit more than 1. It's just a matter of fact of when. We're like a quarter of the way through the season. But I don't know. I did see, as weird as this sounds, I saw Trey Turner hit like 20 homers in 2023, like from the end of August until September. But I don't know. I mean, Haley brought up the point before about maybe it was PEDs. I have no clue. But even even without the PED, is like, the fact that he doesn't have one is crazy. The pitch. It's taken for ball one. He has the same amount of homers as I do. And you. The pitch. Fly ball hit out over to deep left field. That's going to go back towards the track. And that's going to bounce off the warning track. And it's going to be a double. So it was a little bit awkward because as the ball was hit out over to left field, backing up was Laureano, and he lost it in the sun. And the ball, as he tried to kneel down to make the catch, it bounced off the tip of his glove. And it ends up being a double. And so Garrett Mitchell gets on for the second time today, and he gets his second double of the day as well. By the way, Haley just read my mind. I was just gonna say this. You also have to understand too that he's playing in the infield today. He's not playing out in right field. Wonder if it could have been a possible trade. I didn't even think about that, but that's true too. 0-1 pitch, and that is inside for a ball. Song is over at shortstop now, and Ty France is over at third. Playing for Manny Machado, so his day is done. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. One ball, two strikes, and the 1-2 pitch on the way. Strike three called. Matt Waldron gets a strikeout. And there's one away in the bottom of the seventh. Cha-ching. Is it true that Ben Revere didn't homer from 2011 from 2000 to 2017? Is that true? 2017 season, he had one homer. The ball is one strike to David Hamilton. Ben Revere didn't homer from 2010 until 2000. He didn't homer for his first three seasons, his first four seasons, but his first three full seasons, and then he had his first one with the Phillies. One ball, one strike, one out, bottom of the seventh, and here's the pitch to Hamilton, and that's a foul ball. After this inning, I got to take a quick step off. 1-2 is the count. Bottom of the seventh. Michael Halliburton, thank you so much for the sub. One ball, two strikes. 1-2 pitch. Foul ball. Please try not to curse in my chat. That's like one of my only rules. That's it. I can't have you cursing in my chat. But what's going on, my friend? Good to see you on here. What's up, Chris? How you doing, man? One ball, two strikes. One out, bottom of the seventh. Trey Turner's batting leadoff today. I know you hate that. Do I hate it, or was I just trying to start controversy? Just kidding. I don't like it. 1-2 pitch. And the knuckleball's thrown, and that's a called strike 3. So Waldron gets his second out today. And Hamilton goes down looking on strikes. Just keep it clean. That's all. That's all that we ask. We're simple. Just don't curse in my chat if you can. And no spoilers. Just come on here and chill. Have a good time with me. And let's just enjoy some baseball. Come on, man. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. The pitch is in there for a strike. The Mets play the Mets play the Yankees this weekend. Ooh. Mets play the Yankees. That's right, because it's rivalry weekend, isn't it? It is. No balls, 2 strikes to Jackson Chourio. Has not gotten a hit today. And the pitch is taken, or fouled, I should say. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's a guy who doesn't homer a lot, Victor Scott. He just hit his 2nd homer of the season for the Cardinals. They just tied it up at 1 apiece out in Sacramento. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and Waldron able to strike out the side. And he gets himself a 1-2-3 inning, and we're going to go to the 8th inning. 7-0 Milwaukee. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, here we go. It's 2 balls, no strikes to tie France. Phillies play. Dr. Delay's Pirates not today. You're a day ahead. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Play him tomorrow. 2 balls, 1 strike, top of the 8th inning. By the way, chat, we're going to make sure that we, if you have not done so already, if you have not subscribed to Pure Adrenaline Sports, he is 6 subscribers away from getting to 9,000 subscribers. I really want to get him there. 6 away, man. 2 balls, 2 strikes to tie France. Top of the 8th. And the 2-2 pitch. That ball is flied foul and out of play. This has felt like a long game. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. And a called strike 3 on the inside edge. And there's out number 1. Here are all of baseball's top 10 leaders in batting average right now. Brandon Marsh is number 1. Otto Lopez is number 2. Number 3 is Riley Green. Number 4 is Shea Langeliers. And he's tied with Ildemaro Vargas. As the pitch is taken for ball 1 to Miguel Andujar. Troy Johnston and Josh Young are tied for 5th. 8th is Xavier Edwards. 9th is Nick Gonzalez. And 10th is Andy Pages. 1 ball, 1 strike. The next pitch, it's called a strike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10th is Andy Pages. And right behind him, it's Michael Harris, who's batting .311. Two balls, 2 strikes. So Troy Johnston has the highest batting average in the NL West. Well, actually, not the second highest in the NL West, because Ildemaro Vargas is with the Diamondbacks. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 8th. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And there is out number 2. Who is JJ's favorite player on the Phillies? It changes. But my favorite player, I'd say, is Zach Wheeler. How about you? Who's your favorite player? 2 outs, top of the 8th. And the pitch is outside for a ball. That's to Gavin Sheets. What a pitch. It's going to be in there for a called strike. Who would have thought that Liam Hicks would have the most RBI? Do you like Sanchez? Oh, absolutely I like Sanchez. How could I not like Christopher Sanchez? He's one of my favorite players, too. 2 balls, 1 strike. Dude, Christopher Sanchez is awesome. The 2-1 pitch. And there's a bouncing ball hit over to short. And the throw across the diamond is in time. 8 shutout innings for Brewers pitching today. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 7-0 lead for Milwaukee. But that is crazy. Liam Hicks has 30 at RBI. Matt Olson has 37. C.J. Abrams has 36. Andy Pajes has 35. Jonathan Aranda has 33. Drake Baldwin has 33. Judge has 30. Cruz has 30. Burleson has 30 as well, and so does Jordan Walker and Sal Stewart. Unreal. I didn't know this, but the guy that actually leads the league in walks is not Nick Kurtz. It's Taylor Ward. That's a good trivia question. Taylor Ward is the most walks in all of baseball with 42. Mike Trout is 39. Kurtz is 34. Actually, wait, no. Trout and Kurtz each have 39. Wood is 37. Brian Reynolds and Aaron Judge have 34. Jose Ramirez is 32. Ian Happ is 32. And so does Munetaka Murakami. And Miguel Vargas is 30. Crazy. Davis Martin has the 3rd lowest ERA in all of baseball? What? That's crazy. Davis Martin. This guy has struck out 7 batters at least in each of his last 4 games for the White Sox. Davis Martin. Wow. One ball, one strike. Who would have thought? 1-1 pitch, and that is outside and low for ball 2. Davis Martin has not given up more than 3 runs this year, and he's pitched in 8 outings. Who's Davis Martin? He had a 4.1 ERA last year in 26 games. He started in 25. He has a 1.62 ERA, which is the best in the American League. Pitch is grounded over to third and throw over to first in time. There's out number 1. Waldron still pitching. Brewers starting pitching during this whole entire homestand has went 32 1/3. They have a 1.95 ERA. They've walked just 9 batters, and they've struck out 45. No balls, 2 strikes. Contreras in the box, and the 0-2 outside for a ball. Technically is the 2nd best ERA in all of the American League, but still. 1-2 on the way. Strike 3 called. There's out number 2. And so 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th inning. No more challenges left for San Diego and also for Milwaukee. Davis Martin. That's crazy. The pitch is going to be taken for a ball. So it's 1-0. You think the White Sox might trade Davis Martin? I'm sure he's going to get a lot of suitors. His stock must be so high right now. Like the Padres could use him. The Brewers could use him. Tell you, the Phillies could use him. I would take him. if he's producing these types of stats. I mean, I got to watch him. But those types of stats are not a joke. 2-0 pitch. Popped up out over towards medium depth center field. And the catch is going to be made. There's out number 3. And we go to the 9th inning. It's a 7-0 ball game. Davis Martin contract. Davis Martin is getting $798,000. A 1-year, $798,000 contract. Ridiculous. And this guy already, throughout his first 7 starts, has been unbelievable. He has gone 50 innings. He's only given up 9 earned runs. He's struck out 52 batters, and he has a 1.62 ERA. Not trying to gloat on the guy, but, like, he's not getting a lot of talk for what he's doing. The White Sox, by the way, have won 4 games in a row. They are 1.5 games in back of Cleveland. Crazy. My Niners play the Eagles this year in Santa Clara. When's that game? What date is that? Do you know? Because that's cool. I think I see what the problem is. I see there's water that gets stuck. There's water that's like sort of in between the lid and the metal part of the cup. I see. I see. All right, here we go. No balls, 1 strike as we're in the top of the 9th. Week 17, Sunday night. Ooh. Here's Ramon Laureano as we start off the top of the 9th inning. No balls, 1 strike. And the 0-1 is a little bit high for a ball. Laureano's 1 for 3 with a single. He's homered 5 times this year. And he has 19 RBI. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. When does Davis Martin pitch next? I want to see him pitch. So he last pitched on the 10th, so that means that he's technically due on tomorrow. So we're going to miss him again. Too bad. 1-2. Fly ball hit out over towards shallow center field. And Mitchell's there, and he'll make the catch for out number 1 in the 9th inning. 1 away. One out, top of the 9th. The pitch. And Castellanos grounds this one slowly over towards first, but it's bobbled, and Castellanos gets on. That's really weird. Andrew Vaughn bobbled that baseball, and Castellanos will be safe over at first. Let's look at this again. It bounced off of the heel of his glove. Then he had to dive for it, and he tried to swipe out Castellanos, and he just beat it. So Vaughn says, my bad. That's an E3. And there's only 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. Get our lefty lineup in tonight against Ranger. They're going by the analytics, I assume. No balls, 1 strike. Not a surprise there. I bet you that Marsh is sitting. No, he's not sitting. Ah. But Stott is. Interesting. Good. Let's go, Don. No balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 9th, 1 away. Freddie Furman is in the box. Fitzpatrick is on the mound. And the 0-2 pitch, fly ball hit out over towards shallow right field. That'll get down for a base hit. Castellanos is going to go to second, and he is... Is he safe at second? Can't tell what the umpire ruled. They ruled him safe. The Brewers say hold it a second. Was he out by force at second base? Murphy says hold it. And he says, Why do you think Marsh was going to say? I don't know what you mean by that. Why did I think Marsh wasn't going to be in the lineup? Because usually a lot of times managers don't like it when he goes up against left-handed pitchers. So I'm shocked that Brandon Marsh is playing, even though he's hitting the ball really, really well. And I think that he should play against Ranger Suarez. Because usually a lot of times, like Rob Thompson or whoever's managing will say no. Because he historically doesn't hit well against lefties. This year, though, it's a little bit different. One ball, 1 strike. Fitzpatrick kicks, fires, and the pitch is a little bit high for a ball. This year against lefties, though, he's batting .286 with 8 hits and 28 at-bats. Last year, he hit .197 against lefties. The year before that, it was .192. And in 2023, it was .229. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, top of the 9th. I like that caption. They say, stay hot, Marshy. The 2-2 pitch to Bryce Johnson. It's upstairs for ball 3. And that'll make the count full. Three-two pitch. Up high for ball 4, and that's going to load the bases for the Padres. Well, that's true. But I don't really think that Rob was sitting Crawford against lefties. He was more so sitting Marsh. I know that Crawford has struggled against lefties, but I'd still play him too. 1 out, top of the 9th. I really don't like this whole analytics thing, but I also understand that it means something, but I like going by the eye test. We got bases loaded, top of the 9th. 1 out. And Song is up to bat now. First pitch to Song. Foul ball. Sung Moon Song came on in to pinch hit for Xander Bogaerts in the 7th inning. No balls, 1 strike. Fitzpatrick on the bump. Gets set below the belt. And the 0-1 pitch. And that is high for a ball. Castellanos at third. He got on with an error on a ground ball hit over to Andrew Vaughn's way. Furman singled. Johnson walked. And here's the 1-1 pitch. And there's a grounder hit over to shortstop. The throw over to second. There's one. The throw to first. That's not in time. A run will score. So Castellanos crosses the plate. It's a 7-1 ball game. Let's go. And here's Fernando Tatis Jr. 2 outs, top of the 9th. Runners at first and third. Padres are down to their final outs. And on the first pitch, there's a foul ball. Tatis has struck out 3 times today. 0-1 pitch. Swing on a grounder. Hit over to shortstop. And the throw on over to first is in plenty of time. And the Milwaukee Brewers, they take care of business against the San Diego Padres. They take 2 out of 3. They're back in the win column. And the Brewers win by a final score of 7-1. Kyle Harrison gets the win. And getting the loss is Griffin Canning. But it's a 7-1 game. And Milwaukee comes out victorious. Ring the bell. The Brewers win. Milwaukee has now won 24 games. They take 2 out of 3 against the Padres and are looking to continue to stay hot. All right, so let's get rid of this. Good stuff. All right, so 7-1 is the final score. The Brewers were 6 for 16 today with runners in scoring position. They left 9 men on base. Meanwhile, the Padres were 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. They left 10 men on base, and they just scratched off a run in the 9th inning. And that is all she wrote. All right, so it is 4:43 p.m. Eastern Time. Here's what's going to happen. Okay, so first and foremost, thank you all so much for tuning on in. I appreciate you guys very, very much. The weather's not looking good. Obviously, we're going to keep monitoring everything. And we will keep you all in the loop with what's going on with the Phillies game tonight. Hopefully there will be a game. If there is, of course, we'll be broadcasting it. But first pitch, I'm sure, is going to be TBA. It's still scheduled for 6:45, but the tarp is on the field out at Fenway. So we'll see what happens, but just know that we're still on for the Phillies game tonight unless it gets postponed. So I will see you all here, and hopefully the Phillies will play a game tonight. And I'll see you all in a couple hours. All right? See you soon. Bye-bye.